Happy World Rock Day. Listen up, I'm Twin Insanity. This is Liberty Insanity 182. World Rock Day, the 13th of July. We're going to talk about these authentic pieces of the Statue of Liberty. Iron, black granite, and we could also talk about copper. This is a bag of granite. Now I swear, once in my lifetime, someone sold an authentic bag of copper on eBay, but I cannot find the listing. It says here, this item has been crafted from authentic materials from the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island National Monument. These valuable materials are made available to you by the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island Foundation, Inc., through their official licensee, the Gold Leaf Corporation, under the direction of the National Park Service. The Gold Leaf Corporation certifies the authenticity of these materials removed during the restoration of the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island, 1982. It says to 1992. It was 82 to 86. These say something similar on the back, I think. Now, what's weird is, my gosh, I just watched a 2-hour video about the quarrying of granite for the Statue of Liberty's pedestal. Now see, this is mostly concrete, but this is all granite quarried from Connecticut. But the thing is, they were really emphasizing their pink granite. Hey buddy, this is Butternut. He loves rocks. He loves wallowing in dirt. This is not pink granite, is my point. Hey, come on. This does not look like granite at all. Is this just like the bedrock of Liberty Island itself? So it was a big deal. They quarried these enormous pink granite blocks, Leeds Mine, near Guilford, Connecticut. It took 15 days by train to get it to the boat, which then took it to Liberty Island. And there was a big deal because they had to switch boats because of unions. They had to switch boats, in Connecticut versus New York. And this quarry, the quarries of Connecticut, they also supplied granite. Pretty much all the granite in Washington, D.C. and New York City comes from this area of Connecticut. And the famous battle monument in West Point, which is further north New York than the Statue of Liberty. Here, play with these rocks, buddy. That came from these Connecticut mines. We also got to talk about iron and steel. I was supposed to bring this book. BRB. All right, this is the Statue of Liberty Encyclopedia. I looked up copper, iron, and steel. This looks like schist. Nice. Black granite. Maybe there's black granite in it somewhere, but the big blocks are pink granite. Purchase of this and this and this and this. The granite and concrete pedestal in which Lady Liberty stands was designed by Richard Hunt, a prominent New York architect of the period. The statue itself is 151 feet tall and weighs 225 tons. 35-foot waist, 8-foot long index finger. So this company out of Tallahassee, Florida, they had like tons of Statue of Liberty materials in storage, I guess, in Florida. And they ended up going bankrupt because they only released these things in like 84 to 86. Maybe that was a stipulation of the Statue of Liberty Ellis Island Foundation. I don't know why they didn't keep releasing these for years. It says the same thing. Now on eBay, there's one that just says granite. The only time black granite has ever come through, I got it. The only time iron has ever come through, I got it. Now there's one on dark mahogany sort of looking wood that just says granite, and it doesn't appear to be a pink granite. Additionally, surely one of these exists that has copper, though I've never seen it in my 4 years of looking. I swear I've seen a bag of copper. It was very interesting, and I wish I could have got it. Let's review these three things real quick. Also, shout out. Somebody wants me to shout out Beef Tallow Day, 13th of July. Copper. But we wanted to start with granite, didn't we? Material used in the construction of the Statue of Liberty's pedestal. The American Committee originally advertised for various kinds of stone in newspapers throughout the country, especially in New England. 20 specimens of granite, sandstone, and bluestone were received from Maine, Connecticut, New York, South Carolina, and Kentucky. The granite from Leeds Island. Leeds Island is privately owned today, but they've identified the quarry on Leeds Island. But the neighboring Stone Creek quarry is still in operation. But they love talking about the pink granite. The pink granite, they supplied the Statue of Liberty. However, the top 4 steps at the second prominent level are faceted with granite from Deer Island, Maine. Maybe that's what this is. I didn't look it up. Top 4 steps at the second promenade. Right around there. The Connecticut granite was transported from Leeds Island aboard an old Hudson River sloop called the Wasp. This boat had been built in Lansingburgh, New York in 1813. John Beatty, owner of the Leeds Island Quarry, purchased it in 1869, and the hull was strengthened to carry 100-ton loads on its deck. It was equipped with a stern hoisting engine, carried 4 large lintels with shield on each trip to avoid major losses. The last of the granite was swung into place April 22, 1886, and the jubilant workmen threw silver coins into the mortar. Very cool. So I think we sufficiently talked about the pedestal. Let's go and talk about steel. Where is the steel from? Iron. When I say steel, I mean iron. Metal used in the construction of Statue of Liberty's support system. Isn't that a beautiful little relic? Puddled iron is distinguished from wrought iron by its possession of a larger quantity of impurities. Gustave Eiffel chose this form of iron over steel for the sake of its fibrous nature, which allows it to bend while breaking. This process of puddling iron removes the phosphorus, the material that gives steel its brittleness. The English ironmaster Henry Cort invented the puddling process in 1783. Very cool. I don't currently have a copper relic, but it was used in making medallions, the little statuettes from the Danbury Mint, I think. But I really wanted to complete this relic display with some copper. Hey, buddy. Let's see what it says about copper. Lots to say about copper. 200,000 pounds of copper were used in the construction of the Statue of Liberty. The donation of 128,000 pounds of copper came from industrialist Pierre Eugene Saccardin. It is not certain if the remainder also came from him or from another source. It is believed that he obtained his copper from Visnes, Norway, for that copper was exceptionally pure. And the reality is, you can go to that place in Norway and you will find a miniature Statue of Liberty erected right on the fjord, and a plaque. Hopefully I can find a picture of the plaque. This says something about how it was supplied to the Statue of Liberty. I think that little miniature was put up in 2004, and there is a YouTuber that went there. He points out the fact that the actual monument, the little miniature Statue of Liberty there in Norway, Norway's mini Liberty, is not made of copper, and in fact it was cast in Texas, I believe, of aluminum. So that's interesting. Copper from Norway, granite from Connecticut, and the steel, it didn't say where the steel was from, did it? Anyway, Jessica Rabbit's here just to mention National Painted Rock Day, or Drop a Rock Day, which is July 3rd. Today's July 13th. And if you're interested in rock and roll music, my gosh, that's July 7th. July is just full of all kinds of rocks. Now, there's something called Old Rock Day. Old Rock Day on January 7th. Now, of course, on January 7th around here, we celebrate Bobblehead Day. There is a Steel Day. Of course, that's iron. Steel Day happens to be October 24th. And Metal Day, metal music. Rock on. That is November 11th, because our amps go to 11. Shout out to Suzanne Foster, who painted this, eBay's premier River Rock painter. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do a Jessica Rabbit Liberty Insanity video, but that's an authentic rock. It's been painted. It's very lovely. Painted Rock Day, July 3rd. Rock and Roll Music Day, July 7th. And International Rock Appreciation Day, right here on the 13th of July. Goodbye.